everyone, it is Shipwreck Samantha here, and today I'm going to teach you how to draw Moana from Disney's upcoming movie. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build a skeleton. I'm going to start from her shoulders and build from there, and we're going to kind of do this kind of waist up, maybe a little less than waist up. So we're going to have a circle here for one shoulder. Her shoulders are kind of slanted in this picture I'm referencing. So it's going to come up like that. And then another circle over here for the shoulder. And this is kind of where the joints are going to be. And then this arm is coming out in an angle a bit. Now I'm going to do the other side, the other arm. Pretty much just coming straight down, but pointing a little off. So now we're going to kind of block out where the rib cage is going to be. Down this way. This is where her ribs are. Now we're going to do the line for the neck, and you're going to want to make this longer than you think you need it, because this is going to be the base of the skull, which is what we're going to represent using a circle. Practice doing circles a few times if you need to before you do this, but it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. So this is our basic skeleton that we're going to build from. This is going to help us keep all the proportions accurate. Next thing I'm going to do is kind of block out her shoulders. And so this is where the shoulder curves right outside this circle and comes around. This is kind of where her back is. Her arm is going to overlap that a little bit and come down here. We're going to bring this around. It's going to be pointing up. It doesn't come straight. It's going to be kind of going away from this line up a little bit. It won't be going parallel. And then curve it, and that's where her neck is going to be on that side. Now on this side we're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to curve around this circle. We're going to come up and away from that shoulder guideline, and then kind of turn to go up. And we're going to come around this way and do her other arm. And now I'm going to kind of fill in where her top is going to be. Alright, so coming from her arm right here, her top is going to kind of come around and curve. Strapless, so we're just going to come around like that. And now the tricky part of blocking out her face. Her face kind of comes off to the side a little bit. It's not centered. So we're going to come a little away from this line right here. This is the line for the center of her face. And we're going to use this to build from, to come around. So this is her chin right here. And we're going to come out of this circle a bit for her forehead line. It's going to kind of come this way. It's a little boxed off. And then curve on the inside of the circle. And this is going to be where her jawline is. She has a very round face. There's not going to be many harsh lines here or any chiseled areas. There's just a little definition from her chin to her cheek, and her cheeks kind of come out pretty big because she's smiling in this picture. Alright, so we're looking good so far. Now we're going to do her eye line, which is going to be in the center of her face. Or in the the center of her head. This is her face and her head. The skull probably comes up more to here. The center of her head is going to be about here. So now we can start blocking out the eyes. Her eyes are round, pretty round. They're going to curve on the top, like this, and they're going to be more flat on the bottom. Still curved a bit, but she's smiling, and so it's going to be more flattened on the bottom side, just sort of blocking out where the beginning and the end of the eyes will be. go pretty flat on the bottom, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do her eyebrows. This eyebrow is gonna pretty much line up with her eye, the start of the eyebrow. It's gonna curve up a little bit, almost like an amused, kind of confused face, and then curve down. This eyebrow is gonna come past the eye. It's gonna be parallel to this one. It's gonna be even, and then goes pretty flat here. And then once you get past the eye, it curves down. Now I'm going to start getting rid of a few of these guidelines. I am going to go ahead and draw in the rest of the eyes. She's kind of looking a little off to the side. But because of the tilt of her head, her eye isn't going to be on this side, it's going to be on this side. And same here. It's tricky to make her not look cross-eyed, but make sure she's looking in the right direction. Like right there, I made her a little cross-eyed. Let me fix that. Alright, just adding a little white on that side helps a bit. Going to draw in the pupils. Now we're going to block out her nose. And it's a round button nose. I really like these types of noses. But it's very soft. There's no harsh lines here. Just sort of little hints of where the nose is. There's no hard lines is what I'm trying to say. So now we're going to do her lips. I'm going to start just with the curve of her smile. So she has very full lips. There really is no curve in the center. No dip, it's just one big curve. And then same on the bottom side. It's almost like a reversed lower lip is what her upper lip looks like. Now I'm going to go ahead and block out the hair before I erase the skeleton and go into the details. So right now, her hair in this picture, it just sort of wisps back behind her head and around. So the motion of the hair is this. This is what it's doing. And the wind is kind of whoosh, whoosh, pushing it that way. She's got a little scraggly wisp of hair. And then, okay, stay on track, Samantha, stay on track, okay. And then, it's really hard to describe what I'm doing. I'm not one of those people that's really good at talking and drawing at the same time, so bear with me. And then, this kind of just comes out and whoosh. Here's some more wisps in there. Sorry if I'm kind of sniffly, but fall allergies are really kicking in right now for me. Alright, and same on this side. I want to kind of direct the direction of her hair a little more that way to kind of show it's going that way. It was pointing a little more down, now I kind of want it to push that way. Now I think we are good to erase the guidelines and start going into the details. So I'm just going to go ahead and start darkening some of these lines. But before I do that, I usually erase them just to where I can still see them. This is to clean it up a bit. I'm getting rid of all the sketchy, scraggly, scratchy bits, and now I'm just going to go over and darken them. Alright, now we have the cleaned up sketch, and the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to fill in her top, and I completely forgot to draw her necklace, so I'm going to fill that in too. Alright, I got the details down on the top, and now we're going to move on to shading. And something I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over from my 2B pencil. I'm going to switch over from a 2B to a 4B, so that just means it's twice as dark. It's the simplest way of putting it. Alright, I have it nice and sharpened. And something else that we need to do is do her eyelashes. And so something that I'm going to do that might make it easier is I'm going to block out where her eyelashes are going to be before I draw them. Just very lightly, because they're not the same length all the way around the eyes. So this is kind of where the eyelashes are going to be. And just kind of do little wisps. And it's really thick. She has really thick eyelashes like that, and clean up the edge of her eye, make it more defined. And then I'm going to do the same for the other side. It's hard to curve this way when you're right-handed. Okay, her eyelashes are done. That really makes her eyes pop, and we're going to go ahead and shade in her eyebrows because she has dark eyebrows. And the way I do this is just repeatedly and lightly make vertical lines Another thing we're missing with her face is her irises. She has like chocolate colored irises, and I'm going to fill in the pupils some more because you can see the difference a 4B makes. In the picture, there really is no defined lines on the iris, as in like going all the way around like that. It's really just shaded in. So you have nothing to worry about with doing details on the irises. She just has a kind of dark brown line defining the edge of the iris, so you can kind of darken that in and make her eyes pop some more. With her hair, you really don't have to put too much detail into it because, at least in the picture I'm referencing, the lighting wise, you really don't have to put a lot of detail into the hair because it's pretty blackened out from like this section, and this section is really all blackened out. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do when I shade it in. As I come closer to these lines where I kind of emphasize where it's not blackened out, I'm just going to kind of create a gradient. And sometimes you can even use the side of the pencil to make it more of a blunt shading. This is where you can really start to go with the flow of the hair with those guidelines you made. You don't want to just like do straight lines all the way down. Really start to emphasize what direction the hair is going. And I'm going to do the same on this side. Now, I've heard a lot of artists say that what I'm about to tell you to do is wrong or cheating, but I'm going to tell you right now, there really is no right or wrong way to be an artist, and you do whatever works for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my hands, no pencil, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hands to smudge this a bit, just because personally I don't care for really harsh pencil streaks when it comes to shading things in. And you can also just use like a paper towel for this if you want. And you can just see from this side to this side how much of a difference that makes. I think I'm going to break out a 6B pencil to go even farther with shading her hair. Okay, now I think the hair is shaded in pretty well. And I think now it's time to go back and kind of put some more emphasis on areas of her face. I'm going to sort of just add a little bit of shading, especially under her neck here. And I can even use a lead already on my hands to just kind of smudge it in there, like that. And then you can use this to kind of shade the sides. It kind of has shade all around here. So doesn't really hurt to just go ahead and take that leftover lead and just kind of fill in these areas because she is not pale like me. We kind of smudged some shading into her eyes, and I really want those to stand out by being really white in contrast to her now shaded skin tone. I'm gonna go ahead now and shade in her lips, and now we can do a bit of shading on her nose. So I'm scribbling some lead in and then using my finger to smudge it because I want all the lines around her face to be really soft because it just looks more natural. I don't want really hard lines here. Even if I have defined lines, they're not really harsh. And do some shading down here because there's light shading coming down one side of her face, and it kind of frames her button nose. Now some areas where she's missing shading is on her arms. Kind of shade her arms. I'm going to kind of fill in her top too because her top is not white. Alright, I'm going to sharpen my 6B pencil and I'm going to do some touch-ups around the edges and clean it up a bit. Alright, I think our drawing of Moana is just about done, so just remember to sign it when you're finished. And there you go, that is how you draw Moana from Disney's upcoming movie, Moana. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I would love to see your drawings of her. If you did it with this tutorial, be sure to tag me on Instagram so I can see it. I would love to see your drawings and the finished product. Also, comment down below and let me know if this video was helpful and if you enjoyed it. I'd really love to hear your feedback. If you're new around here, I create new art videos every single Friday. I'm here to share what I know and learn as I go, so if you want to join my pirate crew, hit subscribe right there down below. I'm here to learn new things so I can share what I learn with you guys and so we can all learn and grow as artists together. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Friday.